Hi, good morning. In today's session, we're going to discuss about Snowflake access control framework, or we can say it is role-based access control framework. Now, in this framework, we're going to have two approaches. The Snowflake is going to approach the access control. It's another framework. Okay. Now, we have the approaches. One is discretionary access control. Another one is role-based access control. Now, in discretionary access control, each object has an owner. Each object in the sense, it can be a database, it can be tables, it can be views. Every object will have a owner. That owner, what will do, right? They will grant the access to the particular object, or they can revoke the access to the particular object. That is nothing but discretionary access control. In the framework, we have two approaches. One is discretionary access control. That is what we'll do. Each object will have a owner. They can give the privilege if you want to access the object. If they want to access the object, they can revoke the access. This is what they can do. That is called discretionary access control. That's called DAC. Sudha Priya, what is meant by discretionary access control?
Each object has its owner, separate access for each owners.
Now, what are the objects we have? You're saying object, right? What are the objects we have? Anyone?
Sir, database, table, views.
Tables, views, materialized views. These are all the and there's procs. Okay, they are all are the named objects. We can say the objects. Now, next one is role-based access control. You can see this role-based access control in AWS as well. Okay. Now you are having some roles. In that roles, you will assigning some privileges. You can able to read the data from the table. You can able to write the data from the table. You can delete the table. All the privileges are assigned to roles. In the particular role, what are the access you are assigning, right? That only that user can able to access. Apart from that, they cannot be able to access some other privileges. That is understood? In the roles, what are the access privileges assigning to that particular role? That particular access can be used by the user. Apart from that, any other privileges that are not assigned to that particular role, they can't use it. That is called role-based access control. Snowflake falls under two approaches. One is discretionary access control. Another one is role-based access control. But now we're going to see only the role-based access control, like in the further sessions. Okay. Now, before going to the deep dive of this framework, it's an access control framework. Okay. Who is having access? They only can able to access those tables, views, or creating database. They can able to. Those who don't have access, they can't able to do anything. Okay. Now, before going to this access control framework in detail, we're going to see some key concepts, because few people doesn't know what is mean by a role, what is my privilege, what is my user, okay, and what is meant by securable objects. Now, first one I'm going to talk about securable object. In enterprise, will have the access, which access to be granted. For example, you have an organization. Now, HR people will have some access. Developer will have some access. Okay. And then tester will have some access. Same thing in the secure object. Can a database or can a views or tables? And any enterprise in which access can be granted, unless they are not giving any access, user cannot be able to access those securable objects. The access will be denied. Did you agree that? For any secure object, database or views or tables or materialized views, enterprise access should be granted. Entity means it's a enterprise. Okay, they should give the access that should be granted. Unless allowed, the access will be denied for you. That is called securable objects. Secure objects can be a database, I said, right? Tables or views. Okay, and then these are called the securable objects, or can be procedures. This can be a securable objects. Again, one is a role. Role is nothing but any enterprise, they have some privileges that should be granted. That user can able to read the data from the table, they can able to write the data from the table, they can able to truncate, they can able to delete it. All kind of privileges in enterprise should be granted. That whatever the privilege they're giving, right? Like read privilege, write privilege, read and write privilege, all privileges are assigned to the roles. Once they assign to the roles, that role you can assign to the user. That roles are assigned to user. Now user can able to do read, write, read and write. They can able to delete it. Okay. All these things they have to do by the user. Once the particular role is assigned to the assigned to the user, that is called role. So the already we have seen this thing in the AWS as well. You should assign a privilege. Entity means or enterprise should assign a privilege that should be granted. Once they assign privilege to the corresponding roles, okay, the user can able to do all kind of things. They can able to read, they can able to write, they can able to delete it, they can able to truncate, all kind of privilege they can able to do once it is granted by the particular role. And then one more point I want to say here is you can create the role hierarchy as well. Hierarchy means one role can be assigned to another role. Another role can assign to some other role. That is called role hierarchy. Hierarchy. One role assign to second role. Second assign to third role. Third role can assign to the fourth role. Now, the fourth role will have all the role 1, role 2, role 3 privileges. Whether you agree or not. Role 1 assigned to role 2. Role 2 assigned to role 3. Role 3 assigned to role 4. Now, role 4 will have the privileges of role 1, role 2, and
Role 3, sir.
Role 3, not rule 3, not role 3. Okay, role 1, role 2, role 3. It having all the privilege. That's why we can able to create the role hierarchy as well. I'm not going to do today. That's a separate session. It's a role hierarchy. But you should know we can create a number of roles and create a hierarchy. One role should be assigned to another role. That's called role. Third one is privilege. A privilege is a simple one. Okay, it's like you're giving access to an object. It can be a table, or can be a view, or a database, or can be any another roles. That's called a. If someone is talking about privilege, you say they are defining the access of an object. Defining then access of an object, and then you can ask a question. For example, in a particular role, only one access can be granted or not. No, not like that. You can be able to give multiple privileges to a corresponding role. It can be read, it can be read and write, it can be delete, all kind of privilege, multiple distinct privileges, not duplicate. It should be a unique privileges can be assigned to control the granularity of the access granted. Okay. Now, these are called the privileges. If someone talk about privileges, you have to say they are defining the access of an object. Who has to access? Which user has to access? Who is having the rights to access? And then multiple privileges as well. You can able to do it. The last one is user. You already know about user, right? For example, if you are going to any organization, they have some Snowflake account. Under Snowflake account, they every account will have a user. The user will a person or program, you can say. If you are running some Python program, right, we can say the program. If you are just using some Snow site, right, you can be a person. They can able to read or write, or they can able to query the tables. They can do some transformation. All will be done by users. Or some programs also can do. That is called a user. That user what will do, right? first Snowflake will assign the identity to them, username, password. User should put the username, password. Once they enter into the Snowflake, they can able to run the programs. They can able to do some stuffs. That is called user. If you know all these basic key concepts, then we can deep dive into the access control framework. Guys, clear?
Yes, sir.
Just to look at the key concepts. These are the 4 key concepts you should know before entering into the access control framework. Till now, I am discussing about the access control framework, and then what are the access we have, what system level access we have, and then what are user defined access we have. We're going to discuss one by one. Got it? Yeah. Now, I'm going to show a little bit. I already said, right? The role 1 can assign to role 2. Role 2 can assign to role 3. Like this, you can do the, what we can do?
Hierarchies.
Hierarchy you can build. Now, just I going to, it's a user-based access control mechanism. User-based access control model. Now we can see in the role 1, I have in the role 1, I have one object. It can be a warehouse. It can be a warehouse. For object 2, what's the object? What's the object name?
Database, sir.
Sudha Priya, what's the object name for object 2? It's a database. It's a database. Now, role 1 is nothing but, I already said, right? Some person have assigned the privilege. Which user can be able to access the object? All will be predefined the roles. Now, this role 1, I have only one role, but I can able to access the object 1 as well as
Object 2, sir.
object 2. Sudha Priya, you should understand the role 1 having the privilege of accessing the warehouse as well as accessing the database. This role 1, what they can do, right? They can able to create a warehouse. They can increase the capacity of warehouse. They can able to create n number of databases. They can able to drop the databases. All things we can do. But if you want to assign to role 1, if you want to assign the role 1 for the 2 objects, what command you have to give?
Grant
Grant.
command.
Grant command you have to give. You have to give the grant. I'll talk about syntax later. Okay, how to give the grant command as well. Grant, you have to give the privilege. What privilege? A read privilege or write privilege on which object? On warehouse. Warehouse means warehouse. Database means on database. To which role? Which role?
Role 1.
Role 1. This is how you have to pass a command. Grant, put read permission. Privilege means the read permission or write permission, anything permissions. Okay. Read permission on object nothing but warehouse. Put warehouse to role 1. Now, if you are providing the access to database, then this user can able to access role 1 with the database with the privilege of read for creating databases. And then if you provide grant read on object on warehouse to role means now this user can able to access creating warehouses as well as creating a database. Now I'm going to talk about the role hierarchy now by using this diagram. Now in the role 1, I can able to create a warehouse, create a database. Now what I'm going to do is I want to assign the role 1 to role 2. I want to assign the role 1 to role 2. Now, if you want to assign role 1 to role 2, what you have to do, right? Again, you have to use which command?
Grant
Grant.
command.
Grant command. Grant, which role you going to assign? Grant role 1 to user. Which user you going to assign? To user 1. Because in the role 2, user 1 and user 2 are there. In the role 3, user 2 is assigning. Okay, now if I want to access, if you want to assign the role 1 to user 1, we want to assign the role 1 to user 1, then what I will do? Because user 1 already having access of role 2. User 1 is having access of already role 2. Now, if the user wants the privilege of creating a warehouse, creating a database, then what I will do? Grant role 1 to 2.
User 1, sir.
User 1 or user 2. Whichever user you want to give privilege, you can give 2. User 1 or user 2. Now the user 1 will have the privilege of creating a warehouse, creating a
Database, sir.
database, or can you drop a database? Okay, all things you can do. This is how you can do. Now, if you want to assign role 3 to role 4, what do you do? Role 3 to role 4. Again,
Grant command you have.
grant command.
Grant.
What's the role now? Grant role 4 to role 3. That's it. Because we
Okay.
have 2 roles, right? See, the
Yes, sir.
grant command, you can give role to role, role to user. Got it? Role
Yes,
to
sir.
role can give from 4 to 3 can provide. Okay, now 4 will have the privilege of 3. Now you can give role to user. Now this user can have, you can assign to role 1 as well. Because already this user 1 having role 2. If you want to switch over to role 1, again what do you do? Grant role 1 to user 1. Like this you can do. Okay, that's what it's called. What approach it is? Hierarchy. Okay, this is how you can do it. Now see the difference. You can assign role to the user, and then you can assign role to
Role, sir.
roles, because we have to follow the hierarchy, right? Now,
Yes,
now 4-1 is the highest one. 4 can able to access role 3. Okay. Now, if you assign role 3 can able to access role 1. This is the hierarchy they're following. And then now you can see one more grant command. You can give the privilege on objects to the corresponding role. You can give some privilege, read privilege on objects. Which objects? Any objects to particular
Role, sir.
role. It's called RBAC. What is RBAC stands for? RBAC. In access control mechanism, sorry, access control framework, the second approach we have seen RBAC. What is the RBAC expansion? RBAC. I'm asking you, what is the RBAC expansion? Role-based access
Role-based access
control. That is called RBAC. Now, we're going to see securable objects. You know, guys know, right? What is the objects like warehouses, tables, views, materialized views, all are called the objects. Now, I'm going to talk about the securable objects. Securable objects, it's going to reside in one container. In a container, all objects going to be there. Okay, now you might have a question, what is a container? In a database, what are the objects will be there?
Sir, tables, views.
Tables, views, okay, like everything will be there. That's why they're saying it's called a logical container. Okay, now we're going to see every securable object. Okay, securable object means those who have the privilege, they can only able to access the object. Other persons, their access will be denied. Okay, that's why they're saying it's securable object in Snowflake. It's going to reside in a logic container. We can see, right? On organization, we have account, we have the warehouse. Like this, we have a logic container. We can say it's a hierarchy of containers. In the logic container, you can have the hierarchy of container. They're saying everything is container. Okay, they are following the hierarchy in the container. Now, the topmost container in any organization will be a, okay, they are saying it's a customer organization. If you are a customer using this, is a customer organization. If you are creating a Snowflake, guys, I'm asking a question to you. If you are creating a Snowflake account, first you'll ask for the organization. While creating the Snowflake, right? You'll ask for which organization, right?
Yes, sir.
In that form, you'll fill everything, right? It can be some company names you'll be filling. Okay, you'll put your organization name. So you have got it. When now creating a new Snowflake account, it will ask the organization name. In the organization name, you will be filling some information. You're putting your organization name. Under the organization, this is a hierarchy. We have the accounts. In a single organization, you can have multiple accounts. Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can have multiple accounts. As per the hierarchy of flow, for one organization, we have only one account. We can get multiple accounts as well. Under the accounts, we have the hierarchy called warehouses, database, roles and users, other account objects. Under the account only getting the warehouses, databases, roles, and then users. I already said, right? RBAC, role-based access control. Okay, whoever you're assigning the privilege, that particular role can assign to user. You can assign role to some other role. Okay, you can assign a role to some specific objects. Okay, they can able to read or write, or can delete it, truncate it, everything they can able to do. This is how you can able to see the hierarchy. Now, I want to show the hierarchy for the database. Under the database, what we have?
Sir, schema.
Schema we have. Okay, for the
Data.
yeah, under the database we have schema. Just go and check in Snowflake. We have the schema. Okay, now in the database we can have the database role as well. What role we can have? Database role we can have.
Database role.
Role can have. Once you get a database role, right? What will happen, right? You can restrict the schema. You can restrict the schema. Whoever are having privileges, they can only able to access schema. Otherwise, any person cannot be able to access schema. Under schema, you know, right? Tables, views, these are the securable objects. Views, stage, store procedures, user defined functions, other schema objects. This is how they are following the securable objects. It's a hierarchy. It's like a container. It's like a logic container. We can see the various hierarchy of containers. The topmost hierarchy will be organization. The top hierarchy will be
Organization.
organization. Okay, good. Now, we're going to see one by one. Now, first, if you want to own any object, if you want own any object, own means I want to own the object for tables, for views, for stages, store procedures, user function. I want to own it. Definitely, I need a role, right?
Yes, sir.
Definitely, I need a role. In the role only, you have the ownership privileges. So, either agree or not? If you want to access any of my object, I should need a role. That the role should have a ownership privileges. That corresponding ownership privileges, they can only able to do all kind of things. You can able to see, right? For this role,
Yes,
you
sir.
can see the ownership role. Owns means
Ownership role.
ownership. Okay, ownership, not role. It should have ownership. They don't have any specific like ownership. Ownership privilege should have. Then only can able to access securable objects owned by any single role. Now, you might have a question. If I have 3 roles, Nadish, I have 3 roles. If I want to transfer my ownership with one role to another role, you can have one command called grant ownership.
Okay, sir.
You can have for example, I have 3 roles. Okay, if I want to assign ownership to some other roles, transfer ownership of an object or all objects specified type in schema from one role to another role. Now we should be doing tomorrow. For this, we have some syntax. Grant ownership on what the object type in database. Okay, and then you can put all in database on future objects database. Okay, to role, which role you're going to current grants. See, these commands mostly used by the admin guys, but you should be knowing all these things. Okay, this is
Okay.
how you can assign ownership with one role with another role. As a developer, you won't do all these things. The admin guys should know all these things. Okay, and then whenever seeking some grants, right, you can see in the show grants command. Show grants command. Tomorrow we will be doing this part. Okay, just for assigning the role, we can use this ownership. For assigning database role, you can use this ownership. Just we will see something is there or not. There are n number of things is there. It's like a ocean. Okay, just I'll see. Yeah. Now you can see they given some command. They are revoking all privileges in database. MyDB from role, which role? From which
Manager
role?
role.
Manager role. Okay, they have created one role called manager role. Sujita Priya, it's a user-defined role. Okay, don't think like manager role is there or not. You can create your name as well. Suji role also you can create. Okay, it's a
Okay.
user-defined role. It's a manager
User
role.
dependent.
Now what they are doing here?
Revoke.
Sir, they are giving all privileges. Sir.
They're giving all privileges. You see
No,
here.
revoking all privileges.
Revoking all privileges.
They are revoking all privileges in which database? My database.
I can do it.
The database, if we have user role of manager, it's revoking all the privileges. Now, whichever user having the manager role, they can't able to access this database. Whichever user having the manager role, they can't able to access my database. Okay. And then this is how you can use grant ownership. Grant ownership on database, MyDB to role. What's the role?
Analyst.
Analyst role. Okay. Now you can see, right? We already created a role. The role is analyst. The analyst can able to access this MyDB database. Database name is
MyDB.
data.
MyDB. They're given some database name like MyDB. You can give any name. Okay, they're given all this thing. Now you can see here they're granting all privileges now. Okay, first granting ownership. Now you see in the ownership, right? After ownership, you have to give the privileges. Now for the same role, they're granting all the privileges in database MyDB. Guys, it's very simple. Tomorrow I will explain one by one. Okay, how to revoke all the privileges, how to give the ownership, first how to create a role. These are the various commands. Now, good. This is how you can grant ownership with one role with another role. Okay. Now, if you are granting ownership, one role with another role, what happens, right? In the role 2, whichever user having the ownership, right? They can able to access those database as well. Good. Now, yeah, I want to say a few things. Whoever having the privilege access for the active role, they can able to create a warehouse. What they can do? They can able to create a warehouse. They can able to list tables, contain schema. They can be able to add data to the table. Okay, if they have some privileges on the database and tables, they can able to create your warehouses.
Sir, schema.
They can able to create your list of tables. They can able to list the tables, contain the schema. They can able to add the data to the table. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now everything is good. Now we go into the roles. Roles are already seen, guys. Okay, just I want to see, show few things. If you're not talk about the roles, you have to say roles are the enterprise to which privileges on secure objects can granted and revoked. In simple terms, I can say to you, roles are nothing but the enterprise. Okay, someone can give the privileges for secure objects. Someone can able to revoke. See, guys, for example, if I have 1,000 users, 1,000 users having only one role, we have the read access. We have the read access. Which is for you. 1,000 users assigned to on particular role 1. Now, if I want to revoke the access for all the users, what I can do? Whether I want to go to all 1,000 users and want to revoke it, or can I remove from the roles itself?
Remove from the roles itself.
Yeah, we can remove that from the roles itself. Like what I can do, if I remove the roles from the, if I remove the privilege, right? The 1,000 users cannot be able to access the corresponding DB or tables or warehouses. They can't be able to access because I'm just revoking it. I'm just revoking it. That's what the role's beauty is. For example, if you have millions of users appointed to a single role, you should not go and remove the user by user, right?
Yes, sir.
Just directly can revoke the roles itself. They can't be able to perform any actions within their organizations. And then if you are asked, given some privileges, the user can be able to perform some actions required for the business functions or can say transformations for the particular organizations. And then keep in mind, user can have single role or multiple roles as a user. By seeing this diagram, you can see user can have single role or multiple roles.
Sir, both, sir. Single as well as multiple.
Single as well as you can have multiple roles. You can see, right? They have the see single as well as multiple roles as well you can use. Role 2 and role 3. Now it's clear for you guys. Now keep it simple. You are giving some privilege for 1,000 users. They want to revoke it, just remove from the roles itself. Now 1,000 users cannot be able to do any kind of actions. If you have the privilege, they can be able to do some business functions in the organizations. Otherwise, they can't do. And then user can have single roles and multiple roles that they can have. And then user can able to switch the roles. Already said to you, right? User can able to switch the roles. What's the command? What's the command?
Grant command.
Grant command. User to user or user to role, they can able to switch their roles. Okay, if you want to switch user to user, they can switch it. User to roles, they can able to switch it using the grant command. And then now, whatever the set of privileges are defined for a particular role, they can able to access it. Now we're going to see small number of system defined roles. This is the point you should know, guys. For any certification exams, as well as any interviews, they will ask this question: what are the system defined roles we have in the Snowflake? Now, once the system defined roles, you can't be able to drop it. Once it's defined, right, you can't able to drop it. But user defined roles, you can able to create, you can able to drop it, you can modify it, anything you can do. But system defined roles, right, once it's cannot be dropped. Once it's defined, cannot be dropped. Okay. Now we're going to see some system defined roles. Just I'll make a new page here. Yeah. Now, straight away I'm coming to the system defined roles. Before that, I want to see just what are the topics we have. Yeah, good. We have system defined roles. Okay, good. System defined roles, I can say it's ORG admin, RS admin, account admin. You have already seen these things, right? In the Snowflake. In the right top corner, we are seeing all these things: ORG admin, account admin, security admin, user admin, and then system admin, public. Now, before going to this, I want to show the pictorial view. This is the actual pictorial view of what it is. It's a system defined roles. System defined roles. Who is a top priority? Who is having the top priority?
Account admin.
Account admin. Okay. And then under that, we can see security admin, system admin. This account admin will have the I can say we can inherit the properties of the security admin and system admin. This account admin have all the privileges because it inherits the properties of Satish. You know inheritance, right? You know inheritance, right?
Yes, sir.
Java will inherit the properties of parent class, child class. Same thing. Now I can inherit all the properties to this account admin. This account admin has all the privileges. And the system admin, we can see where we can able to create very custom roles you can create. I already said, right? Manager role, system analyst role. You can create a Sujita Priya also, you can create a role. Suji role, Satish role, you can able to create. You can create a role on your own. Okay, that's called custom role. And then finally, user admin. The user admin, I will say what about user admin role. And then finally, we have the public. And then finally, in the custom role, we can able to create a database role. Okay. And then one database role should be assigned to another database role. It's kind of hierarchy. By using custom role, what you can do? We can create a database role. You know already wrote database role. Once you define database role, I can't show here, guys. It's another page. Just once again. I can show here what's in database role. The pictorial view already seen these things, right? Yeah, it's a database role. Once it's been database role, right? Whoever having this role, they can able to create a schema. They can able to create tables, views, stages. They can create UDF, store procedures. Okay, they can able to do all these stuffs. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain one by one. But what is the account admin role have? What security admin have? System admin, user admin, and then public admin. See, guys, if you read this documentation right, definitely you'll get one entry question. Now, straight away go for the ORG admin. ORG admin stands for Organization Administrator. This, if those who have ORG admin, see, as a developer, you don't ask for ORG admin. Okay, the company will have, okay, whichever company creating this Snowflake account, right? They have this account, RS admin. They can able to create accounts in the organization. They can create a multiple account, single account also they can create. As well as if you want to see all the organization accounts, they can use what command?
Show
Organization accounts. If you want to see the regions, in which region the accounts are created, they can show regions. And then they want to see the usage informations. Okay, I'll go to this link, and then we can see in this particular account how much usage will happen. All these things we can able to see in this, which system defined role? ORG admin. Sujita Priya, developer will have access for this role. Developer will have access for this role. Anyone?
No, sir. No, sir.
Only an organization administrator will have access for this role. Okay, they can able to create multiple accounts, single accounts, as well as they can able to see all the organization accounts using show organization accounts command. Okay. Now I'm going to show the commands. Okay, what is show organization accounts? Okay, just what you have to do is go to your Snow site, and then you can first choose your system defined roles. Okay, now if you want to see the organization informations of the accounts, definitely how to switch with which system defined role, which system ORG admin. It's a organization admin. Okay, now we have to switch over here. Now just you can copy this command. Okay, the command is nothing but show organization accounts. Show organization accounts. Just run it. You can see the organization information of a Snowflake account. This is the organization name, account name, and Snowflake region. What edition you have used? Business critical edition. And then this is the account URL for you. Okay, this is the account URL for us. And when it's got created, what are the commands? Account locator, an account locator URL. Okay, on consumption billing. Okay, all kind of tags we can able to see here. This is how you can able to see the show organization accounts. If you are switching to some other system defined role, right, then you can't be able to get the informations. Okay, if I'm choosing for account admin, if I run this command, right, you can't be able to see those informations of the organizations. You're seeing, right, insufficient privileges to operate on system. Now, then what you have to do? You have to switch to account admin and then run as it is. Now, if anyone asks in the interview, can say only org admin can able to create accounts in the organization. They can't able to create a warehouses. They can't able to see create databases. Nothing. Okay, they can able to create only accounts. Now, if you want to create accounts, right, some syntax will be there. Okay, you have to follow the syntax. Only admin guys will do all this stuffs. Okay, they're saying like go to admins, accounts plus account. The Snow side, if you want to create account, what you can do? Just go to admin. Where is admin we have? I think here is the admin, right? Just to once again, I can see some admin will be there here. Just we'll click on this Snowflake. You can see admin rights. Admin. What information is given to us? Admin, accounts plus accounts. Where is the accounts we can see? Here we can see the accounts. And then we can create a
Account.
new account. Okay, just create a website Sydney, and then they are saying standard edition $2.7. Credit is 20 TB. Just click on next and give some account name, username, password, confirm password, email. This is how you can create a multiple accounts. As of now, not required for me. Okay, if you required, you can create accounts like this. It's very simple way. There's another way is that you can able to using SQL command. You can click on create account command. It will go to the next page. They say how to create an SQL. Okay, we have syntax for this. Create account, admin name, admin password. You can give first name, last name. You can put all the informations and can create an account. As of now, it's not required for us. We have to understand our admin. It's a organization administrator. You can able to create only.
Sir, account, sir.
You can able to create only accounts, as well as you can able to see the regions. If you want to see the regions, right, guys, just you can copy the show regions, and then you can go here, and then you can go to the home page, and then come here. Now just hit enter. Show regions. Now you can able to see where is regions. Okay, around I can show here. For AWS, 18 regions are there. Azure, 14 regions are there. GCP, 4 regions are there. Okay, and then these are the regions. Who is the provider, and then what's the region, and then display name you can see. The display name you can able to see. This is how you can able to see the. This is how you can able to see. Okay, now next one is account admin. Now, as per the pictorial view, account admin, what the account admin will have, just 1 second, guys. Yeah, just I will close with this part. Now we'll come to the account admin. Yeah, I can show this pictorial view. Now, the account admin, okay, admin is completed. Now we'll come to the account admin. Account admin used to inherit the properties of security admin as well as system admin. Now, the account admin, I already said, right, it's going to encapsulate. Encapsulation means nothing but like if you have some tablet, right, all the powder will be encapsulated, okay, in the capsule. The same thing, the system admin and security admin are encapsulated with the account admin role. The account admin role is going to a top level role in the system. It's going to top level role in the system. In the capsule, the security admin, system admin is encapsulated. Encapsulated means the account admin is a wrapper for you. Inside that, what we have?
Sir, security admin.
Security
system.
admin and system admin. Now, the account admin is going to capsule for you. Sudha Priya, account admin is going to capsule for you. The remaining 2 is going to be like tablet powder. Okay, it's the account admin is encapsulated with the security admin as well as system admin. The same thing they are saying here. It's one of the top level hierarchy. And then they're saying it is that using account admin, you can be able to grant only to a limited number of users as well as roles. That's what they're saying here is limited or controlled number of users in account. For example, if you want to create a user, okay, if you want to, sorry, not create a user. If you want to control a user, which role you can choose it? You can choose account admin. They can control the users. They can limit the number of users. Okay, for that's why. Because account admin is having all the privileges because he's like a boss. He's having the privileges of security admin, system admin. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can able to control or limit the number of users in your account. Next one is security admin. Security administrator. The security administrator, he can able to grant globally. For example, if anyone want to access my tables, databases, he can able to access the grants globally. They can able to create, monitor, and manage users and roles. Okay. Now, if some user want to access my database, some user want to access my database. Okay. At that time, the security admin will be there. He can able to create the roles. He can able to, that's what I mentioned here. He can able to manage any object grant globally. They can able to create, they can able to monitor and manage the user roles and users and roles. In simple words, I can say they can able to manage users and roles. They can able to create a user, they can able to create a roles, they can manage both users and roles. Okay, all things we can able to do in the security admin. Satish, got it? They can able to
Yes,
create
sir.
roles, monitor, they can able to
Roles and
create,
users.
they can able to create roles and users, and they can able to monitor it, they can able to create a roles, they can able to create a users. All things we can able to do in the security admin. Okay. Now, we'll come to user admin part. User admin part. User admin part is nothing but is dedicated to the user and role management only. Now, you guys a little bit confused. Hey, you only said to me, you can able to create, monitor, manage user and roles. Okay. And then you can manage the grant as well, you said. For user admin, again, you're saying the same thing. This user admin role is dedicated only for user and role management only. Apart from that, you can't able to monitor. What user can do? You can able to create only user and roles you can able to create. You can't do the monitoring purpose. You can't do the monitoring. But who will do the monitoring?
Security admin.
Security admin can able to create as well. They can monitor as well. They can manage as well. They're having all the privileges. But user admin, last diagram you can see. Below only getting the user admin, right?
Yes, sir.
If the user admin having the for creating roles and users, the same, the higher priority also will have, right? Shrita Priya, if a user admin can able to create a roles and users, the same thing security admin also can do, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. These are the top priorities. They can able to create their roles. They can able to create a users. They can able to manage the users and roles. The same thing security admin also can do. But security admin can able to monitor, but user admin can't able to
Monitor, sir.
monitor. Okay, that's what I'm saying is strictly to you guys. The user admin is dedicated only for the user and role management only. It is granted to create a user, create a role. Only they can able to create and create it can do. Okay. And then apart from that, they can't able to monitor it. Okay. And then if they have some ownership privilege, they won't then only able to create. If they have some ownership, they have ownership, right? Then only they able to get a user and roles. And then what they're saying is the higher role. Who is having the higher role? User admin having the higher role or security admin having the higher role?
Security admin.
Security admin higher role. When compared security admin to account admin, who is having the higher role?
Account admin as well.
Account admin having the higher role. That's why everywhere I'm using Snowflake, what I'm choosing?
Account admin, sir.
Account admin, because account admin will have all the privileges: security admin, user admin, system admin, public, every privileges account admin will have. Now, Sridhar Priya, what's the user admin will do? Simple words you can say. User admin. What's the user admin will do? Satish?
Sir, user admin can create users and role.
Roles, that's it. That's what I'm expecting from you. Okay, you're able to get roles and users, and then okay. Now, system admin. If you look at the diagram, system admin coming here. Okay, now we'll see system admin things. System admin is simple, nothing but create a warehouses and databases. That's what he can do. What system admin can do? They can create a warehouses, and databases and other objects. They can create tables, views, and then user and functions. Okay, all things they can do. System admin is a system administrator. This means system administrator. They are having the privileges, access for creating warehouses and databases, and then their system admin. One more additional beauty is there. The additional beauty is they can be able to create some custom roles as well. You can see, right? Custom roles means as per your requirement, you can create a custom role. For example, using system admin, I'm creating a custom role. The custom role can able to create only database. Create only database. Then the corresponding custom role can able to create one database. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what system admin can do. They can create warehouses. They can able to create database. Without warehouses, you can't able to run your, you can't able to load the data, right? That's why they given system admin stuffs. If you look at this thing, right, you can see, okay, now you can see like system admin also will be there, right? Sysadmin. Now you should be very careful, guys. When you go for user admin,
So
Satish,
for creating roles and users, sir.
user, system admin. Few minutes back I said to you, system admin.
For creating, maintaining databases, warehouses.
For creating the data warehouses and databases.
It-
Security admin. Security admin. A few minutes back I said to you guys, what is security admin? Will do. Satish.
Sir.
I don't know what to say with you
Assigning
guys.
response policy, policies, the roles.
Sujita
for-
Priya, just stop it. Okay. I'm asking the what's the use of security admin. Few minutes back, I said all this thing with you guys. What security admin will do, what the user admin will do, but still you can't able to answer. What security admin will do? They can able to create a roles as well as they can able to monitor it. They can able to create a users. They can able to access everything. Okay, this is having some more IS privilege when compared to the user admin. They can able to create, monitor, and then you can able to do all the stuffs. Now the next one is public. Okay. Now we have seen system admin. We can create some custom roles. Using custom roles, what you can create, right? You can under custom role, you can create database role. And then using database role, you can able to access specific secure objects, database or tables or views, UDFs. Okay, all these you can do. Now straight away I'm going to the public. Public is nothing but a pseudo role actually. It will be a default one, I can say, is assigned to every user and every role in the account. If you're creating a simple role, right? If you're creating some custom role, the default will be assigned to public. If you're creating any custom role, the default will be public. Default, that's what I'm saying. It's a one of pseudo role. It's automatically granted to every user and every role in the account. The public role can own secure objects. They can able to like any other role, and then they can say like explicitly no control is needed for the public role. If you create any custom role, automatically public will come as default. You can able to access your secure objects. Okay, that's what I want to say. These are the various system defined roles we have. WARG admin, account admin, security admin, user admin, and system admin, and public. Now, you guys going to say to me, now what's the WARG admin will do? You guys can answer. What's the
Sir, the WARG admin can able
Yeah.
to see the organization information, sir.
Yeah, WARG stands for
Organization.
Organization admin.
admin. Next one is just we'll come to the one by one by seeing the tutorial view. Then you can able to answer. Next one is security admin. What security admin will do? Security admin.
Sir, a security admin can create users roles and they can also monitor the users
And roles.
and roles.
Okay, they can able to access the they can access the privilege. Sorry, they can give the privilege. They can revoke the privilege. All things you can do. They have the higher privilege. Next one is user admin. User admin. You can see, right?
Sir, yes, sir. They can create users and role, but they cannot monitor, sir.
You can't monitor. Okay. Next one is Sujita Priya. Answer for my questions. What system admin will do? System admin.
System admin can create warehouses and databases.
Apart from that,
They can monitor.
monitor. Who said monitor? Satish. System
Create,
admin.
sir, they can create a role, sir.
They can create a which role?
Custom role, sir.
They can get a custom role. That's my question is, we can get a custom role under system admin, and the default role will be
Public, sir.
public. They can able to access all secure objects like tables, views, and then warehouses, everything they can able to access. Good. Now, next one is, yeah, everything is good, right? Yeah. This is nothing but the system defined roles. In tomorrow's session, we're going to see the user defined roles, guys. You can see the user defined roles, and you're going to see some commands as well, some commands. But most of time, developer using the which role?
Admin.
Custom roles. Custom roles.
Roles.
You have to create a own role, and then you have to work on. That's what it's called, custom roles. We have to create. Developer should know, like 100% should know this custom roles.
Okay.
Without custom roles, you can't be able to work here. Okay. All system defined roles can be admin. Only custom roles can be able to create developers, and they can able to grant access from one role to another role. They can create a hierarchy. They can do all the stuffs. We're going to see tomorrow. I'm going to close session right now.